A God complex is an unshakable belief characterized by consistently inflated feelings of personal ability, privilege, or infallibility. A person with a God complex may refuse to admit the possibility of their error or failure, even in the face of irrefutable evidence, intractable problems, or difficult or impossible tasks. Damn, someone needs to rewrite this shit because this ain't me. Alright, I used to have this nickname amongst some of my friends, which is God Complex. Which are, I'm gonna be honest, I have said some arrogant shit back in the day to garner that title, like I'm the smartest Mexican at school or whatever, something small like that, you know? I even recently learned that one of my exes actually had an issue with that cockiness or arrogance, which, yeah, I can kind of see a little bit. Now, I don't actually think I had a God complex. Maybe when I was younger and believed that I was better than other people because I was literally in a program called Talented and Gifted. Those believed I was gifted and special, so it must be true, you know, that confirmation bias that people love. And yeah, I used to think that I was the protagonist of not just my story, but the world's story. So everyone who wasn't part of my life was irrelevant and a background character that would despawn after they leave my line of sight like some old GTA game. I should probably see a therapist, huh? I say at that point though, it was more like God complex tendencies. Can you blame me though? I read 1984 and saw shit like this at 12. I basically traumatized myself, but as you get older, you realize, nah, no one is special, not even you. And it's a little painful to hear, but it's kind of reassuring to hear at the same time. And I say that because being average is a gift. And I didn't realize that I was hopelessly average until life told my bitch ass to sit down and be humble in that way. Now I know in my last video I said I come from a selfless place and enjoy helping others, and that's true too. I've always had those conflicting thoughts in my mind. It's kind of like this. My dad is a very humble man, and every time I have a conversation with him, it grounds me. But at the same time, a few of my role models are Bruce Lee and Bruno Mars, and they're both extremely confident and flamboyant to the point where people think they're cocky and arrogant. But is it really cockiness if you can back it up? But the issue was I couldn't back it up all the time. I thought I was special because I was myself. I thought I was the chosen one because I was born. And that's a very fragile way of thinking because there's always someone better than you at whatever you do. That's just facts. I can find some 4-year-old kid that plays soccer that could break my ankles and shit would be embarrassing. I took pride in being the biggest fish in the pond, academically speaking, when we live in the Pacific. Being too humble or too selfless also brings its own issues, but I already talked about that in my last video. Now, even though I have shed away that old way of thinking, I still find flakes of that cocky motherfucker here and there. But that's more or less who I am, though I'd say it's more confidence than cockiness now. What's surprising to me though is actually how many people aren't deeply confident with themselves, or they think they are but find themselves in situations where their reality gets shattered. Now, my confidence in myself doesn't come from the belief that I'm better than other people, because being slightly better than average still means you're fucking average. It comes from the belief that I can master whatever I want to, which is still arrogant, yeah, but I genuinely believe that humans are able to adapt to and master whatever they want. And I'm no exception. A woman swam the Bering Strait, the Bering fucking Strait, the coldest portion of water between Russia and Alaska, and she trained for it by sleeping in the waters in the winter of Alaska while having her windows open. And it's important to have that confidence in yourself, because what's the alternative? Constant self-doubt? I don't fuck with that. That shit makes no sense. I'd rather have a complete sense of security of who I am as a person and be seen as an arrogant dick than be completely overrun by a lack of self-confidence while being liked by others. And I say that because being comfortable in your skin is something no one can take away from you. And that's something that low-key gets on my nerves. Let me go on a rant real quick. So you see all these girls on social media feeling themselves, and cool, good for them, not knocking it. But when a dude trying to do the same, he gets hated on. And it's mainly by other dudes too, like, relax bro, I know you want that same confidence too, so stop projecting your insecurities onto them, because that's just more about you than it does about them. You stopped recording, right? Get the fuck. Learn to love yourself. I love myself. You're not special. Unique, yeah, but not special. There's a difference. And when I came to that realization, everything clicked for me. I will accomplish everything I say I will. While arrogant, my belief in myself is unwavering. It's kind of like this. I'm not good at anything I do, versus I'm not good at anything I do. The latter acknowledges that in reality, I suck ass, but that's just my starting point. And I won't stay there for long because I have the capability to learn and get better and beat out my competition as I put in the effort and the hours in. We all meet minimum requirements. You're no exception. These pages are actually blank because I memorized everything because I'm better than you.